What is going on, everybody? Thammagotcha here, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a hot minute since I've uploaded anything, but I took a lot of time off, spent Christmas with my family, so I hope everybody had an amazing Christmas, and it's almost New Year's, so you know, if you're watching this on the New Year's, Happy New Year's to you as well. So I made this team here, and it's super weak to fire types. Totally forgot about them, but it worked really well for me. Going on a 9-1 run with this team, putting me into almost veteran range, but 80 points off. So maybe a video coming soon on the veteran run. Their team is Alolan, Sandslash, Jumpluff, and Chesnaught. Double Grass absolutely teared it up in the back, kicking some bass. Okay. All right, so anyways, first matchup here, low kicks versus Alolan Sandslash. I'm gonna get to this Ice Punch before they are able to get to an X Scissor or a Trailblaze. So both moves are going to be resisted due to our Steel Ice typing. Don't need to shield, but that Trailblaze does damage, and we are actually able to get to one more Ice Punch, which is going to be clutch for us here, either grabbing both shields or doing nice damage on the low kicks, because low kicks is very, very classy. I will shield up the X Scissor here, as it is neutral damage, and they are boosted, and I'm able to get to this Aerial Ace before they get to another X Scissor here to put any damage on. So I'm really hoping that there isn't anything in the back that is weak. But out comes a Toxapex, and they bring in a Gastrodon, which is absolutely absurd. If they just stay in with the Toxapex, I think they have a better game. But unfortunately for them, we farm up to the back-to-back Frenzy Plants here. This Frenzy Plant is going to be more than enough to take out this Gastrodon left, right, good night. And we have another Frenzy Plant locked and loaded for this Toxapex, doing some nice chip damage here. Can I get to one more before we get farmed down? Yes, we do. Chesnaught, you absolute beast, going on a frenzy, if I might say, and a top left. And that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent there. Double water, and we are playing House Stark, a well-known name here in the Pokemon Go community. So let's see how we fare against them. I hop into my Chesnaught, and they hop into a Dugong. I'm going to throw the Frenzy Plant here. Frenzy Plant is going to do massive damage as we are not debuffed yet, and they throw up a shield, which is quite fine by me. I will shield back here, as I do kind of want to keep switch advantage. I don't want that Shadow Swampert on my Alolan Sandslash. I would rather have it on my Jumpluff, but let's see how this game plays out. Frenzy Plant gets shielded as well, and we should be able to outpace to the third Frenzy Plant, barring a catch. If they catch the move, that's quite fine. So I'm going to throw 4, and then the Frenzy Plant. Frenzy Plant is going to inflict massive damage, even though we are 2 stages debuff. Left, right, good night to that Dugong. Back out comes the Swampert here, and we have just enough in the tank to get to the Superpower. Superpower, not enough to knock out, but enough to put them into a range where I can farm down. And they bring in their own Alolan Sandslash, non-Shadow variant. Drill Run, not going to be enough to one-shot us here, putting us very, very low. And we get to this Drill Run here. Drill Run is going to put them into a range where we get the almost KO. One more Shadow Claw does the trick. Can we get to the Ice Punch? Don't need to. We farm them down. And that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent there. So hopping into the next matchup, terrible lead here. Gonna hop into, I think my Jumpluff right away here. They're staying in for a bit, and they hop into a Diggersby. We're gonna be able to get this Energy Ball before they get to a Fire Punch, or that would have been CMP tie, or Cap tie if you say. But gonna no shield this move. Even if it's a Hyper Beam, we do live it. Fire Punch, gonna do some nice chip damage on us, but enough for us to survive. So we're gonna be able to get to this Energy Ball. Energy Ball inflicts massive damage. Can I get to an Aerial Ace? Yes, we do. My opponent over farming way too much, allowing me to get to this Aerial Ace, but it's not enough to KO, unfortunately. I do think I let this move go through, and I hop into my Chesnaught as they hop into their Primeape. I elect to no shield the first one, just because I know the first Rage Fist is not going to do as much damage, and they have so much energy loaded here on this Primeape. So second Rage Fist coming through, I'm going to shield that move here. I'm going to go for this Frenzy Plant, hoping for the KO or the shield, and we do grab the shield. Can I make it to a Superpower? Yes, I can. Unfortunately, we do have to give up the second shield, as that Rage Fist would probably knock us out. 2 stages boosted, sorry. And that Superpower knocks out, and now out comes a Feraligatr, and Hydro Cannon doesn't, oh my goodness, what a beautiful catch by my opponent here. That is a game-winning catch for my opponent. I was just hoping they would have, even if they just would have thrown the Hydro Cannon would have been enough to KO. So great play by my opponent though, allowing them to save some energy here to get to that Hydro Cannon right before I get to my Superpower here. Hydro Cannon enough to knock out the Chesnaught, and they Shadow Claw down the Jumpluff. So really well played to my opponent there. GG's. Hopping into the next matchup here, Malamar versus Alolan Sandslash. This is a good lead for Alolan Sandslash as we resist the Psy Waves, but I do want to try to bring out something that's going to be weak to Chesnaught in the back. Although I probably should have just stayed in, but it is what it is. Superpower would have definitely one-shot the Alolan Sandslash, so I was trying to catch that on the Jumpluff, but we end up bringing out a Toxic X, which is fine for my Alolan Sandslash. I can now come in with the Alolan Sandslash, farm up a boat ton of energy here, go for the drill run, hoping it's going to be enough to knock out this bulky Toxic X, but I don't think it is. They live on 1 HP. Oh my gosh, Toxic X, you savage. But we do leave with some loaded energy, so back out comes the Malamar. Gonna throw this Ice Punch right away. I don't want the Malamar on my Chesnaught, so I'm hoping to either take it out with an Ice Punch or, you know, grab all shields down and hopefully that Chesnaught can sweep in the back. So I'm going to no-shield this move. They're going to be 2 stages debuff, so that's why I bring in my Chesnaught, and I'm glad I saved the shield because in comes a Diggersby. Diggersby is going to hit with a Fire Punch. Not enough to one-hit KO us, but it's going to put us into a range where a second Fire Punch is going to kill. So I'm going to go straight for the Frenzy Plant here. I have to manage my energy correctly here and make sure I have enough in the tank to take out this Diggersby and take out the Malamar before it gets to a move here. So Frenzy Plant gonna come in just before they get to the next Fire Punch, and I'm hoping I overfarm just enough, which we do, to get to the next Frenzy Plant. And this Frenzy Plant is gonna take out this Malamar. Left, right, good night, and that's gonna be a good game. Well played to my opponent here. So if you do see a fire type with this team at all, guess what? Just top left, because you were going to lose. Another video is going to be coming out either the next day or the day after that about the updated team with this kind of structure that I put together, because didn't realize I was so weak to fire, but we realized it and we fixed the problem. So if you want to run Unova and Stunfisk on the lead, which would be a lot better for any fire types that you see, and flying types, because my thought process is you want to have a anti-flyer for the grass types in your back. That's why I chose Alolan Sandslash. Definitely run Alolan Unova and Stunfisk. So Azumarill on the lead. Crazy that a fairy type beats a steel type like this, but Azumarill is just so bulky that it's able to handle 2 drill runs no problem, which is quite fine. I'm going to come in with my Chesnaught, get a full farm down, and now out comes a Dugong. I know from my previous matchup against House Stark there that we do outpace the 3 Frenzy Plants, especially with that energy advantage, and we are going to live with enough HP here to get the 3. So another Frenzy Plant gets shielded, and I will shield up this move here and ice you in. Not going to do any damage, and we get to this Frenzy Plant there on the Cacti. I'm really hoping this is enough to knock out the Dugong. Yes, it is. Frenzy Plant is borked, and now out comes a Clodsire. I'm going to pivot into my Jumpluff here. Why? For one reason, I want my Frenzy Plants to do more damage. 2, we were getting quite low. We're going to win the Cacti anyways, so I bring in the Jumpluff here, hoping to get enough residual damage off that a Frenzy Plant will be enough to knock out. Clodsire is very bulky as well. Stone Edge, not enough to knock us out, but we are able to get to this Aerial Ace, and that is going to put the nail in the coffin against my opponent, as they can't hold 2 moves, and it doesn't really matter anyways because we have the Frenzy Plant back. So a nice combo play. Frenzy Plant knocks out the Clodsire, and that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent there. A little bit of hard counter there, but it is what it is, and a nice 4-1 set here to start the video. Hopping into the next set here, jumping right into the battles. Dugong versus Alolan Sandslash. Pretty good lead, especially with Shadow Claw here. Drill Run going to do some significant damage. I will shield up the Drill Run of my own. Of theirs, sorry, because I don't want to get 1-hit KO'd. And now out comes a Gastrodon. You love to see this matchup. And from here, I'm going to just come in with the Chesnaught here. Throw all of these Vine Whips, doing double super effective damage. Throwing this Frenzy Plant, I do have enough residual energy to get to a Superpower or a Frenzy Plant against that Dugong when it wants to come back in. So 4 Vine Whips and then the Frenzy Plant. This is going to be enough to 1-hit KO that Dugong if they don't shield, which they don't. And now out comes a Marowak. Getting to this Frenzy Plant. Chesnaught going on an absolute tear here. Frenzy Plant will one-shot this Marowak. I show them the Jumpluff, and they know the game is over, and it's going to be a good game. So a triple, I guess, fast move pressure team didn't really work out for them, so unfortunately. Another Dugong on the lead. Alolan Sandslash is fine here. Going to throw 7, and then the Drill Run here for proper move timing. It's because you don't want to give them a free Ice Shard, as that would be devastating. So I will shield up again, just because I Drill Run would do massive damage on my Alolan Sandslash. Even though I'm thinking this is probably the same team that I just saw in the previous game, I'm just going to keep my Alolan Sandslash just a bit healthy. So now out comes a freaking Annihilape, and I don't want to pivot here. I want to have my Jumpluff on this thing. Ice Punch gets shielded, so now we are shield parity, but they have a lot of energy. It's really not going to matter though, because I have my Jumpluff on this thing. Jumpluff is going to get to this Aerial Ace, and they just decided to top left. So whatever they had in the back didn't want to see any grass type. I'm guessing it was Gastrodon. So good game. Another amazing lead for Alolan Sandslash, and they hop into a Licky. I hop into my Chesnaught here. Chesnaught is going to be a wall to the fast move pressure that they have. Body Slam, not going to do a whole lot of damage. I throw one in the move here. Frenzy Plant, again, not going to be enough to knock out. Licky is absurdly bulky. Look at that. Frenzy Plant is a borked move, and it didn't even put him in the red. So I can't farm down. Shadow Ball, going to do massive damage. I'm going to throw one in the move, and the superpower hopefully is going to knock out, but it gets shielded. So I decided to hard pivot into my Jumpluff here. Throwing on the Cacti, which is quite unfortunate. Shadow Ball going to do some nice damage, so I will want to keep some health here on my Jumpluff. Aerial Ace going to be enough to knock out this Licky here, and let's see what's in the back. Oh, they bring in this Superior. Quite fine by me. We have some residual energy here. Aerial Ace, not going to be able to one-shot, but enough to put him into another Aerial Ace range. Gonna no-shield this move, as I don't know what they have in the back, and Aerial Ace I know is not enough to one-shot here. So I'm going to throw my Aerial Ace right away, pressuring them to shield or get knocked out, which we knocked them out, and now out comes a Dunsparce. Can I get to this Energy Ball? I do, but then I come in here with my Alolan Sandslash. I'm going to no-shield this move. Drill Run, not going to be able to knock out. I get to this Ice Punch here. I need to put them into a range where Energy Ball is going to knock out, but they no-shield that move, which is quite fine by me. They're going for the full farm down. I throw on alignment, or off alignment here. Bad timing, but I just wanted to get to this Ice Punch, and they have so much loaded energy. I'm going to come in with my Chesnaught, do a couple of Vine Whips, putting them into one Fairy Wind range, and that's going to be enough to win me this game, as I do have a shield. As long as we don't lag, get one turn bring in, we win this game. Hands down, Fairy Wind goes through, and that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent here. So hopping into the next matchup. Sandslash into Annihilape. Terrible lead, gonna pivot into my Chesnaught, and as long as this thing doesn't have Ice Punch, which they don't because they threw right away, Rage Fist is gonna do some nice damage. Counters are actually adding up really fast, and as long as I get a shield advantage here, I'm happy with how this plays out. And I'm not going to be able to get to another move, unfortunately, but I can come in now with my Jumpluff. Jumpluff is going to be able to take a Rage Fist, but I will shield up the potential boosted Ice Punches that probably would knock us out right away. And I'm going for this Aerial Ace, hoping that they no shield this move, which they shielded. Quite fine by me. I will shield back, or I no shield that move. I don't know why I didn't shield that, but I should have shielded that. Aerial Ace is enough to knock out the Annihilape. In comes a Superior, and I'm gonna hop into my Alolan Sandslash, and it is a Steelix back there. So Alolan Sandslash has a lot of play back there. And honestly, Chesnaught had a lot of play against their backline as well. Breaking Swipe, going to be resisted, not enough to knock me out. We are lagging a lot here, but we have just enough in the tank to get to this Ice Punch. Ice Punch takes out the Steelix. I have some residual energy, and now we get to this Ice Punch versus the Superior. Ice Punch is going to put them into a range where an Aerial Ace is going to be enough to knock out. I do decide to shield this, hoping that they don't have enough for the back-to-back Aerial Aces, because I don't think Jumpluff is going to win this cap tie here, but we do get to the Aerial Ace before they get to theirs, and that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent here. Jumpluff cleaning up house, and Alolan Sandslash taking care of that backline. Pretty nice. So, good game. Well played to my opponent. Hopping into the next matchup here, Sandslash versus Jumpluff. You love to see this lead. Sandslash is just winning all these leads. They hop into a Primeape, and we have a Jumpluff for them. So, Rage Fist, not going to do a whole lot of damage. It's the third Rage Fish that you're going to want to shield if they decide to go all shields down. They're going to outpace, but that's quite fine. As long as you no shield the first two moves, you can now shield up pretty much everything else from here if they want to do shields down. So I throw here after 4 on the Cacti. Rage Fist gets shielded. We're going to throw the Aerial Ace. I'm expecting them to try and catch the next Aerial Ace, but we'll see what happens. They actually throw on the Cacti, which is fine. I will give up both of my shields here. Rage Fist is going to get shielded. Aerial Ace is going to be enough to take out this Primeape. And now out comes a Galarian Corsola, and we have Chesnaught coming in here. Frenzy Plant is going to do a lot of damage, throwing on 7. Unfortunately, they do catch on the Jumpluff, but this could get a little dicey. All I have to do now, take out this Jumpluff and leave with a little bit of energy here to do some nice chip damage here on the Galarian Corsa to put it into a Frenzy Plant range. So Aerobatics does a lot of damage, but not enough to one-shot us, even though that is resisted. Ice Punch puts it into a range where Frenzy Plant's gonna knock out. They needed to farm down, so they we get to another Ice Punch, taking out that Galarian Corsola, and that's gonna be a good game and a beautiful 5-0 set here to end the video. So thank you all so very much for watching. Thank you also very much for being patient. I hope you have an amazing New Year's, everybody. If you're liking the content, please hit that like button, comment if you want to see anything in the future, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because it really helps out the channel. It is greatly appreciated, and we will see everybody in the next video. Bye bye.